Richard, 6 BTS, that's all copied and clear to proceed with caution. The one reliability, just approaching the pier head out and about.
All copied, thank you very much.
Sam Marlowe, BTS, good afternoon.
Southampton VTS, one reliability, pierhead boy outbound, and Eleanor has now been released for the Balmoral.
One reliability, BTS, that's all copied, thank you.
Ahoy, shipmates! Ooh, probably 95% there with the voice man. Got a couple of ship movements this evening. I'm not entirely sure what's going on. Britannia's waiting for 2 passengers. And Balmoral has a tug assistance, which is unusual. She's good.
Yes, Eleanor.
There's Eleanor. The tug Eleanor. I think she's assisting.
Eleanor, BTS.
Yeah, finished the one boat, over for the Balmoral.
Eleanor, BTS, that's all copied, thank you.
As you can see, the ferry terminal's been very busy today. It's a bank holiday weekend, so bound to rain, of course. Lots of people going over to the Isle of Wight. I can see lots of rooftop boxes down there on cars, lots of caravans, lots of wobbly boxes, motorhomes. And there's been a very large number of motorcycles going across. There must be some sort of Harley-Davidson festival or something. Actually, there's all sorts of varieties of motorcycles. I just noticed lots of Harley-Davidsons. Oops, and the Eleanor, she's heading back over the Balmoral. The Balmoral's radioed in and said she's ready to go. And Britannia has called in and said that she's still waiting for 2 passengers to turn up before she can take the air bridge in. So they're probably all waiting for the one reliability to go past at least.
Yeah, 7-4.
There are 3 ships departing this evening. We have Britannia. At 4:30, supposedly. Should be a bit late. Balmoral at 5 o'clock, and then Oceana Vista at 6 o'clock. And that's a unusual ship. We don't see the Oceana ships in port very often. Let's have a look. See, there's everyone's getting onto the boat, and look, there's all the motorcyclists down there. I noticed they all had tents and things strapped onto the back of their bikes and the front of their bikes, and just generally all over. Hopefully, it doesn't rain too much for those chaps on the Isle of Wight. I don't know. There must be a big rally going on.
Finish with the one reliability out to 44. Try and get in there before the Britannia. Let's go.
Mercurius VTS, that's all copied. And yeah, no problem at all. She's still alongside and just got one of the gangways in at the moment anyway.
Copy, thank you.
Yeah, VTS to Balmoral just singling up to make the tug fast.
Balmoral VTS, that's all copied, thank you. And just confirming, you're going to use the middle swinging ground?
Yep, middle swing ground, that's correct.
That's all received, sir, thank you.
Well, it sounds like the Balmoral might be leaving first. Because the old Britannia's all hooked up there.
Red Eagle VTS, that's all received, thank you. Just got them on just a provider there, just at the West Bramble. She's outward bound to the west. further outbound traffic at the one reliability passing the ocean dock. Balmoral is at stations now on 101, and the Britannia also at stations 46 berths.
Oh, well, the shipmate Fraser. Fraser at Seas in the chat. He's off on Balmoral next week. Oh, shipmate Fraser says, I hear there's some crazy roadworks in Southampton at the moment. Does anyone know if they're still causing huge delays? Yes, there is some roadworks on the Reg Bridge flyover. So if you're coming into the wonderful port of Southampton and you're directed to go down the M271, I would try and avoid coming in that way or give yourself plenty of time. It's definitely probably adding 20 minutes, half an hour to your journey.
Yeah, VTS, Mercurius, change of plan. Back up for the Vista. Away 18:30.
Mercurius VTS, that's all copied then, thank you.
Oh, the Vista's away at 18:30 now, I think. Anyway, if you don't know Fraser at Sea, do have a look at his YouTube channel. He's off on Balmoral next week. I think he's been on Balmoral a couple of times. He released a video just the other week of his tour around Balmoral. Let's see if I can find his channel for you. Oh, we go, yeah.
BTS, Britannia.
No, I never got Britannia, really.
Britannia VTS.
Yeah, just singling up now, be on the move shortly.
Britannia VTS, that's all received, thank you. Balmoral is also at stations. Should be swinging in the middle, swinging ground. No inbound traffic to affect you.
Alrighty, okay, so Paul from our Charles Wilson Love Cruise has just sent me over some imagery, some adverts. I'm just looking at these prices. This naughty boy is tempting me again. I do need to think about this cruise in in November on Sky Princess Transatlantic. Very tempted by that one. Let's pop this one down. It looks like all the ships are disorderly leaving at the different times. You never know when the ships leave. Oh yeah, it's a rough idea, I think, most of the time.
VTS, that's all copied, sir, thank you. I've got the one reliability, just approaching Dockhead now, outward bound. Balmoral, just getting underway from 101 berth, and the Britannia away from 46.
Oh, hi there, shipmate Lucas Ragzowski. Welcome aboard, shipmates. Many thanks for subscribing. Right, I think I've got myself all together now. Right, let's have a look at the map. We haven't even looked at the map yet. Or the weather. I've not looked at the weather. Sorry, I'm a bit caught on the hop here. What's happened here? My weather's signed out. Let's look at the weather. I'm not doing very well. Let's get this ship shape, Captain. Oh, I could do that, I suppose. It's been a while. Hang on, let's find a pretty image. Let's go here. Right, in case you're wondering, shipmates, I am the captain of the Solent Ships YouTube channel, broadcasting to you live and direct from the port of Southampton. Today we will be witnessing 3 departures, and the first one away is the Britannia. She's dropping her lines. Next away is the Fred Olsen Balmoral. She was due away a bit later, but I think she's off early as well, so she's all ready to go. And then later on, which, according to my information, could be 6, or I did hear on the radio, could be 6:30, the Oceana Vista. An unusual ship here for the port of Southampton. Oh, ship Paul's. Oh, it's the Clear conference. Is it? I didn't realise it was this weekend. Let's go back to where was I? Moving a camera around, wasn't I? Yes. The lines are down, and that's the one reliability in the background there. Busy port, Southampton. We not only have cruise ships, we also have container ships and ferries, and a whole lot of exciting ship movements here in port. So it looks like she's singled up now. God, there's just quite a few pleasure craft out today. I think they're making use of the bank holiday weekend. Right, so I did see, I had an advert here from Paul from Love Cruise. Here's an example. This, I think, is quite pertinent because Britannia is off today on a 7-day round trip to the fields. This one's a little bit later in the year, 18th of September. And also a little bit later of next year, more accurately. But anyway, gives you an idea on some pricing. I'm just checking. Well, I'll move the camera down now. The one reliability has reliably gone past, so we can see the lines on Britannia.
Balmoral, BTS.
Outbound now.
Yep, so the Britannia's off on a
Balmoral.
7-day round trip to Norwegian fields, and this is a similar price for one in September next year. And that's departs Southampton, calling it Hogsland, Olden, cruising by Ingvingfjord and Nordefjord. Oh, that's unusual. Stavanger, Kristiansand, and then day at sea and back to one Port Southampton. That's from 699 for an inside cabin, or 979 for a balcony.
Balmoral.
Balmoral BTS, afternoon again, sir. Information, that's the Britannia singled up now as well. She should be underway from 46 berth. Head out.
That's understood, sir. Britannia singled up. We are now swinging.
That's all received, sir. You could just allow the Britannia out first and then follow her down.
That's understood. Follow Britannia out.
Oh, no, I've got Balmoral on the go. Naughty Balmoral. I'm not sure I've got my Balmoral adverts ready. Yes, I do. So what? I don't even know where Balmoral's off to. It really has caught me on the hop. This has.
BTS Red Kestrel, North Netley inbound. Permission to carry on.
Red Kestrel BTS, that's all copied and clear to proceed, so with caution. One reliability there. Western Shelf out. Britannia is at stations singled up on 46 berth outward bound. And the Balmoral will be underway and swinging south of, swinging in the middle swinging ground.
That's all copied. Intentions, once the one reliability is clear, we'll push over to the Reds and get well clear of the Britannia.
That's all copied, sir. Thank you for information. Dockhead is reading to decimal 33.
Copy, sir, thanks.
Right, so yes, Balmoral's off on the move. He's off on a 5-day round trip. Definitely heard some horn noises there. I suspect the weather is blowing the wrong direction. Wind is from the southwest, so yeah, it's sort of generally blowing the horn noise away. It's not blowing it to us, and like I said, the microphone does face the wrong way. It does face towards Britannia. Right, so before I got interrupted there, Britannia is, no, not Britannia, Fred Olsen's Balmoral, off on a 5-day round trip to France, calling it Saint Malo and Rouen. A fairly simple cruise, that. Don't quite know where she goes on the day in between. It doesn't take it must be a day at sea. Strange itinerary. Anyway, let's get some prices up, shall we? So this is a River Cities and French Belgium cruise on Balmoral. This is for December. 6 nights on board. Unfortunately, you'll be back in time for Christmas. And that calls in at Rouen in France, day at sea, and then that one pops over to Antwerp. So it's a very similar schedule, but the difference is that overnights both in Rouen and Antwerp. So with that, of course, you may get to see some Christmas markets. I've still got just the one line on Britannia. And we've got a tug here, but I don't think the tug's actually doing much. Maybe Fred Olsen's Balmoral's having some technical difficulties. This is another one on Fred Olsen on Balmoral. This is later. Well, I can say later. It's next week. 8 nights inside from 999. So if you've got a bit of availability next week and you want to get out for a bit of a cruise up to the Scandinavia. This one's 2 days at sea. Then it calls in Oslo, Norway, Ålesund, Gothenburg in Sweden, Copenhagen, Denmark, through the Kiel Canal transit and back down to the port of Southampton. In fact, I'm pretty sure that's the cruise that shipmate Fraser at Sea's on. So if you wanted to join Fraser on board, I think that's the one, because he was quite keen on the Kiel Canal transit, which does sound quite exciting. I don't know what sort of size of ship is limited to the Kiel Canal, but the Fred Olsen ship being a bit smaller, maybe that's an advantage in that location. Ooh, the car park is pretty empty now. Oh, there's a few bikers down there that haven't got on board. I think the bad traffic in the port of Southampton has not been helping. Wow, I'd say this is slightly different on Borealis. 16 nights on Borealis. Colourful cliffside towns of the Amalfi Coast. Now, that is very picturesque. That's probably a great name for that cruise. Oh, and we have all lines down.
Yeah, busiest Britannia on the move now.
On Britannia.
Britannia, BTS, that's all copied, thank you. Balmoral's just swinging ground and should be following you outward bound.
This is where the captain's going to run out of hands and eyes. If the captain goes quiet, it's because he's concentrating. And poor little devil can't concentrate and operate and talk all the same time.
Red Falcon shortly underway from Royal Fair.
Red Falcon, BTS, that's all copied and cleared to proceed, sir, with caution. The Britannia underway now from 46 berth outward bound, and the Balmoral is just swinging in the middle swinging ground.
That's all received, thanks.
Yeah, it's a busy. They weren't supposed to both leave at the same time. Never mind, it suits our agenda here, I suppose. Yes, let's put that price back up for that Balmoral one. Borealis, yeah. Colourful towns of the Amalfi Coast. Absolutely fantastic. Southampton, Lisbon, and then Gibraltar, and then cruise the Amalfi Coast and Capri, Sorrento, Salerno, Naples, Napoli, Tangiers in Morocco, then cruise by the Tower of Hercules Lighthouse. Ooh. See, they do some really interesting things to old Fred. La Coruna, and then back to Port Southampton. Starts, and that's for August this year, it starts at 2,599 for an inside, or 4,599 for a balcony. A little bit on the more expensive side, that one, but absolutely stunning itinerary.
BCS Red Jet 6 departing Town Quay.
Red Jet 6 BTS, that's all copied, sir, and clear to proceed with caution. The Britannia is underway now from 46 berth outward bound, and Balmoral just completed her swing in the middle swinging ground.
So received, thank you.
And if you're interested in some prices on Britannia, this is pretty much the same cruise she's doing today. That's 699 for an inside. March for next year, or next year after next. 579 for an inside. 799 for a balcony. That's 7 nights at sea. Calling in at Hamburg, Germany, a day at sea, Rotterdam, Netherlands, overnight. Love the overnights. Zeebrugge in Belgium, and then back to the one for Port of Southampton. Don't know if Britannia's going to give us a honk. Getting a sixth sense of when the ships are honking. I do need to improve my outside microphone. I'm struggling to connect up my outside microphone in a fashion that it makes it practical, unfortunately. Never mind, the temporary one works quite well. Definitely heard Britannia, so she's picking up some speed. Not sure if I've discussed quite where Britannia is going. Britannia is off to the fjords, calling it Hogsund in Norway, Skjolden in Norway, Stavanger in Norway, and then Kristiansand in Norway. And then back to the wonderful port of Southampton. I'm wondering if I thought I saw a flag. Did I see a flag? No. Yeah, I think it's like the Fred Olsen's hanging on there a little bit. Oh, plenty of shipmates out on the balconies. The weather is a bit chippy.
Britannia BTS.
Yeah, I've got some numbers for you.
Oh, numbers. Thank you, Britannia.
Britannia BTS. Good to go.
Okay, guest 3942, crew 1400.
Britannia BTS, that's all copied. Then just confirm guest 3942 and crew 1400.
Yeah, all good, thank you.
All received, thank you.
Okay, numbers for Britannia. So she has 3,942 passengers aboard, and she has a maximum double occupancy of 3,647 with maximum occupancy of 4,400. So at 3,000, basically 4,000 passengers, quite a full ship. And our complement of crew is, according to my information, 50 more than usual. So she's fully crewed and lots of passengers aboard. Just see her sneaking out now from behind the broken down red funnel ferry. Fred Olsen's Balmoral is ready to go. Well, there looks like lots of happy, sunny people there on the balconies of Britannia. She does look lovely when she's in Port Britannia. She puts up all her flags along the top of the ship. 10 years old now, Britannia, built in 2015. 143,000 gross tons. 329 metres long. If you think she looks familiar, she may well do to you. She has a number of sister ships. The Discovery Princess, the Enchanted Princess, the Majestic Princess, the Regal Princess, the Royal Princess, and the Sky Princess. I've just been reminded that I'm off on the Regal, not out on the Regal Princess, I'm on the Regal Princess in a couple of weeks' time for a ship visit. Looking forward to that. I don't think I've been on the Regal Princess before. My favourite ships to visit when they're in port are the Oceana ships, if they're having ship visits. Very good catering on board those, that's for sure. Make sure I turn up hungry when I go on board those ones.
Britannia, Red Falcon.
Red Falcon. Red Falcon's gone. Red Kestrel's coming in.
Afternoon. Are you happy for us to continue if we keep close to the Reds?
Well, we're going to move, because of the wind obviously, we're going to move further over towards the Reds, if that helps.
Yeah, no problem. We'll slow down now.
Okay.
Local ferries getting priority treatments. Yes, the wind. You were talking about the wind. So you can see the flags down here in the marina. They're blowing towards us because the wind is coming from the west. That means that the vessels have to be a little more careful where they are in the channel, because it's a chance it will blow them around. So she's picked up quite a bit of speed, hasn't it? Old Britannia. She was holding back as well. We've still got Fred Olsen. She's waiting as well. She's slowly going forwards, but she's waiting for Britannia to go. Get to see all the way down starboard side of Britannia in a second. Yes, it's even though it says it's 16, 15, 16C, it feels cold as me when I was out earlier. That breeze is definitely chilly. And it's been a bit cloudy, but it looks like it's cleared up a bit. The Britannia's off to the fjords. Perhaps you fancy a bit of a cruise in March 27, if you like planning ahead. Get quite a reasonable price there, inside from 579, or balcony from 799, and that's a northern.
BTS Balmoral at Spearhead Wales.
Balmoral BTS, that's all received, thank you.
And that's Northern European City Escape, calling in Hamburg, Germany, Dead Sea, Rotterdam, and Netherlands overnight, and then Zeebrugge. Damn it, I just heard a whole load of honking then, and I couldn't get to the microphone in time. I need to sort out my outside microphone problem. I'm just not quite working out how to do it. I think, from what I saw earlier, I suspect there's a yacht in the way. I did see a yacht leave the marine. I suspect he's oblivious to what's going on. Here's a cruise on Ventura, another P&O vessel. And that is in December for this year. 12 nights on board. And with that one,
VTS, the Autostar.
you'll be spending Christmas
Autostar BTS.
at sea somewhere.
So half an hour to depart from the 25 berth with a draft of 6.8. We are bound for the east with the next port Calais. We have 16 on board, no defects. PC number is 1192. And I'll give you another call before breaking away.
Autostar BTS, that's all copied, sir, thank you.
What else is Balmoral? She's just passing the dockhead here. She's compared to Britannia, a fair bit older. She's 37 years old, built in 1988. I did hear some numbers. I think they said there was 1,150 passengers.
Yes, Eleanor.
And I didn't hear the crew numbers.
Eleanor BTS.
That's finished on the Balmoral. Back to 37 and shutting down.
Eleanor BTS, that's all received, thank you.
The Balmoral's a fair bit smaller than the other ships we put, only 43,000 gross tons. She has a maximum passenger capacity of 1,400, so I suspect she's pretty full. I didn't hear the crew numbers either. I was an unexpected early radio transmission from Balmoral. And there's that little tug at the stern there. Let's see if I can. It should be. Fits Eleanor down there. Yeah, she's just following along for safety.
Balmoral BTS, that's all received, thank you.
And it looks like the Red Falcon is following behind the Britannia now. They've just let her go past. Now passing Dockhead, heading down Southampton water. Right. Sorry, I'm not neglecting you, shipmates. I'm just rather busy moving things around the place. There's Britannia. Well, there's shipmates. I've got plenty of shipmates in the chat. I suppose I should have a little look through, see who's in the chat, see who's on board with us today. Or their shipmate Elizabeth Leeborn, or their CS-28, or their Steve Mack, or their Deborah Speller, or their Hades, or their Edward Coates, or their UK Cool Guy, or their Julia Walker. Oh, shipmate Julia Walker, she's in a hotel in Southampton waiting for our cruise on Iona tomorrow.
Britannia, Western Shell.
You asked me, that's a very sensible decision there. Shipmate Julia to be in port the day before, especially with the crazy traffic that we seem to have at the moment. Oh, there's that yacht that I think was possibly the eye of one of the ships getting honked at. Yeah, where does that? Oh, there, Tizzy C. I think the chat's jumped. I apologise if I missed you. Where there, Edward Coates. Where there, Hades. I think I've got everyone. Where there, Mrs. AEO. I didn't see your flag on Red Funnel, Mrs. AEO, I'm afraid. I think the ship left early. Unreliable little chat sometimes, these ships. Well, they're Barbara from Lucerne in Switzerland, one of our continental shipmates. As you can see, it's a bit breezy out there in the trees. What is the winding currently at? Yes, around about 20 knots. Possibly that's why Fred Olsen's had tug assistance. I also heard there's going to be tug assistance for the other one, the Oceana Vista. I'm sure it had a better name than the other one. She's pointing the wrong way, she's at the other end of port. There you go, this Oceana Vista. But she'll give us a nice twirl right outside Mayflower Park, which would be good. And like I say, we don't think we've had the Oceana Vista on a ship's TV before. So I think she's been to port before, but I'm not sure she's been on the ship's TV. The Oceana lines tend to do lots of... They're smaller ships, and they call themselves budget luxury, but they also tend to do lots of different cruises in different locations, lots of smaller ports, lots of overnights. Quite interesting. And when I was on board, they were telling me that they often leave port quite late. So instead of leaving at 4, 5, 6 in the afternoon, they'll leave potentially sort of 10 o'clock or so. And one of the reasons for this is they like to find entertainment, local entertainment, and have them on board. Unlike the bigger ships that can have lots and lots of entertainers on board, because the Oceana ships are smaller, they're not blessed with as many entertainers on board, so they get in some local flavour. So while you're having, after your dinner, you have a show that's performed by local performers, and then they head off after that, which I think is a jolly good idea. You know, get a real flavour for the local culture. Well, shipmate Tony says looking to forward to 5 ships tomorrow. Yeah, so am I. I am indeed. I'm going to experiment with live streaming from the farm.
Challenger 4, Southampton VJ.
I'll be up on the farm for the weekend. I think I can make it work. Well, I left on Norwegian Aqua. I came up with an idea, and that seemed to work. Live streaming from Norwegian Aqua.
Challenger 4 VTS. Traffic information from Southampton, outbound traffic. Very large container carrier, 1 reliability, is now passing SO number 5. She's a clear channel vessel. Clear channel vessel. The large passenger vessel, Britannia, is now passing Dean's Elbow Buoy. Clear channel vessel. Clear channel vessel. And the Balmoral, south of Docket.
Red Jet shooting past.
Channel 4 VTS received Red Jet 6 west north southbound for Kent.
With the Jill Marsh. Their shipmate Jill.
2 stations calling at once break. Red Eagle, VHS, you're calling.
Well, the shipmate, Danny says, Captain,
That's received.
says, if 2 ships go out at the same time, is there a set distance they have to be apart? Good question, shipmate. I don't actually know. A sensible distance, I think. Probably have to follow the 2-second rule. There's Balmoral passing Dock Head now. And the tug's going to park up. I think the tug has finished for the day. Moving the wrong camera. I wondered why my image looked peculiar. Moving Netley cam when I was thinking it was itching cam. Yeah, so it is a little bit windy, a little bit chilly out there, I would suggest. If you're interested in some pricing, here's some pricing on Britannia. She's heading off to the fields, exactly on this cruise. That gives you an idea on pricing. It is next year, though. Next year, September. But that gives you an idea on what cruise costs. If you want to start saving, tucking a £5 in that little jar of pickles. There, looks like the Red Falcon is overtaking, rushing all those motorcyclists to the Isle of Wight. Right, so we had a slight change of plan here. The Fred Olsen the Balmoral has gone away earlier than anticipated. And Britannia was a bit late, so they're both gone. And let me check. The last I've heard, I thought I said someone of the tugs was going to help Vista out at 6:30. Now, I still have it down at 6 for departure for Balmoral.
Callisto VGS, good afternoon. Received Red Falcon outside the greens, approaching the handbuoy. Outbound.
Oh, Red Falcon's outside the green, so in fact she's in the small ships channel. Exactly. Red Falcon is small ship. Shipmate Tony Robinson says we're sailing on Iona next weekend. All the roundabouts at the Redbridge Flyover will still be there. I'm not sure, shipmates. They were supposed to have been a weekend ago. They were supposed to, last weekend they were supposed to have been and gone during the weekend, but apparently they can't find the water leak. I can't say, so I would check BBC Travel or something like that, or give yourself a bit of extra time, or depending which direction you're coming, I might be tempted to come into Southampton a slightly different way, rather than coming down the M271 because that's where it really clogs up. That looks like a Fairline Targa 38 there, going past Empress Dock. Could be a slightly larger 40. Can't tell that distance. Well, the shipmate Paul Waterman says, are they London buses? I believe they are, shipmate. I do believe they are. Someone was asking me earlier if we knew of to. I suspect they're being exported, but I don't know who in the world would want a rather tired, worn-out, second-hand London bus. Shipmate's talking about on the bottom of the screen here. See a whole line of London buses. Of course, if you haven't. We don't. I should remember to put up our group cruise. Sky Princess, 14th of October. 5 nights over to Hamburg, overnighting in Hamburg, and then coming back. How is the Red Funnel Ferry doing? It's starting to get busy again. Red Kestrel's offloading some freight. I think we might have all the motorcycles may have gone across now. They were busy there all day. I was keeping an eye on them. Well, it should be Tim Robinson. Well, thank you, Captain. We're going to do a double flag wave. Ooh. Look forward to that. Right, Shibbits, I shall continue to follow Britannia down Southampton water. And I'm hoping that Vista is due away at 6 o'clock. We shall see how that goes. Right, then, Shibbits, I shall be back later.
BTS Sea Green and we'll finish at 102 both and about much Dwarf.
Sea Green, BTS, receive, thank you, sir. Calista, BTS. Yes, sir, traffic information, the yacht is start due way 1730 from 25 berth.
BTS, Sea Line all fast on 29, closing down. Thank you very much and good evening.
Sea Lion, we just copy, sir. Thank you, all fast. And good to hear you back.
Yep, good to be back today. Thank you.
BTS, Red Kestrel, shortly departing Royal.
Station to VTS.
BTS, Red Kestrel, shortly departing Royal.
Red Kestrel VTS, yes, you are clear to sail, sir.
Copy, thank you.
VTS, the Autostar.
Autostar VTS, good evening to you, sir.
Good evening. We are down to Springs on 25 berth, ready to break away.
Autostar VTS, yes, you are clear to sail. Inbound traffic, Red Eagle, just cleared Hound Boy inbound. The Red Kestrel leaving Southampton. No reporting traffic outbound from the engine.
I'll copy, thank you.
Autostar VTS, just be aware, unreported target approaching south of Dockhead, proceeding towards the engine.
I'll copy it, thank you.
BTS, Red Jet 7 Town Quay for Cavs, please.
VTS, the Autostar, we are underway.
BTS, Red Jet 7 underway from Town Quay for Cows.
Red 6 BTS outbound traffic, 1 reliability approaching West Bramble, clear channel. Britannia approaching Hook, outbound clear channel. The Balmoral passing SO number 1. Red 6 BTS, just confirm, so you're passing east of the bank. 2.52.
VTS, ready to go. Approaching the hide line, push to carry on, please.
Red Jet 6 VTS. Copy that, sir. Thank you. Yes, sir. Break, Red Eagle VTS, clear to proceed if it's safe to do so.
Thank you.
Any BTS, good evening. Any BTS traffic from Southampton, outbound very large container carrier, 1 reliability, West Bramble Boy now, outbound main channel. Large passenger vessel, Britannia, approaching the Hope, clear channel, main channel out to the east. And the Balmoral is passing as the 1 outbound main channel out to the east.
BTS Red Jet 7, Western Shelf outbound Cows, and copy the traffic.
Red Jet 7, ma'am, good evening, receive, thank you.
Thank you.
Callista, VTS.
VTS, Callista.
Yes, out to Star exiting the Empress as I speak.
That's all copied. We see him there. We give him plenty of room coming out. Thank you.
Red Falcon BTS received caution gauge 2.53 on the right.
Southampton VTS, motor vessel MH Perseus, call sign 9 Victor 8721, please come in.
MH Perseus, VTS standby.
Copy, standby.
MH Perseus VTS.
VTS, MH Perseus.
MH Perseus VTS, yes, go ahead, you were calling us?
Yes, sir, good afternoon, good evening. Just calling you to advise 1712, finish with the live boat drill.
MH Perseus VTS, thank you for the call.
You're welcome.
Southampton VTS, navigator.
Right, so Navigator VTS, good evening to you.
Yes, good evening. So we're pilot on board, starboard up 231 berth. We're draft 1, PO 13.
Trito, Navigator, VTS, all received. The Callisto just approaching at 36 berth, which is inbound for the Empress. Yes, you are clear to sail, sir.
So we can sail, yeah?
Once the Callisto is clear there and you've got the sea room, yes, you can.
So wait for mine.
Balmoral, VTS, evening again. The Coral Methane approaching between the ports. We'll be using the north of the right middle. The next planned boarding CMA CJ Makilla 1830 at Alpha.
VTF, the Autostar, Western Shelf out.
Out to Star VTS, receive, thank you. Coral Methane, VTS, receive, thank you, sir. Register 7 VTS, call shot 2.56, ma'am, 256. Receive east of the band.
Yes, Roger, 6 close. Like, call dock head in, continue speed, please.
Right to 6 VTS, cleared up the state if it is safe to do so.
Thank you very much.
VTS Vista.
Vista, VTS, good evening to you.
Yeah, evening, just calling in. We're looking at an on-time departure here. Deepest draft is 7.8. Vessel's off to New Haven. And I've got some figures when you're ready.
Vista, VTS, yes please, sir.
So, passengers 1158, crew 1759.
1158, 1759. All received, sir, thank you. Yes, you're clear to sail at 1800. Traffic information, the Trito navigator from 31 berth called in. Good to go, 1800 as well. May be a bit early, just waiting for linesman now. And inbound from Central Solent, the Coral Methane, clear between the forts in for 40 berth.
Understood, thank you.
Red Castrol, VTS Hookah, thank you.
Ahoy, shipmates! No. The old voice still not working properly. To consider gargling with some more rum. Anyway, just had the Oceana Vista radio in with passenger and crew numbers. And I was a bit surprised about the crew numbers. I'm not quite sure what's going on there.
Vista, VTS.
Oh, back on the radio again.
VTS Vista.
So I believe I forgot to mention for your PC pass with apologies. The CMA Jim Aquila is boarding 1830 at Alpha for your PC pass.
Understood, thank you.
Yeah, so we just had the numbers in from Oceana Vista. 1,158 passengers and 1,759 crew. I'm just looking at the numbers I have. Apparently she's only got maximum capacity for 800 crew. I don't quite know, but that's an amazing crew to passenger ratio.
For the Vista.
Vista, Mercurius.
Oh, tug for Vista as well.
Yeah, Mercurius, channel 10.
10.
Trito Navigator, VTS.
Yes, that's right, Mrs. Ayo. Almost double the number of passengers, almost double the number of crew to passengers. Very interesting. Very interesting indeed. What's going on with the ferry terminal?
Trito Navigator, VTS.
Oops, looking really busy again.
Yes, Vista from 102 called in, good to go at 1800. Fantastic, thank you, sir. Just to update you with the inbound traffic, tanker Coral Methane, clear between the ports, inbound 440-41.
I think there's a container ship that's going to depart at the same time, as long as Vista gets away first. Yeah, the ferry terminal's looking very busy for the bank holiday weekend. I've noticed not quite so many motorcycles now. Forward to get over there and park up. Oh, what is it with Margaret? Oh, she's asking, why is there no tide, wind, etc. info on Netley camera, itching cameras at the moment? Well, I can answer that, shipmate. Itching. We're struggling with the internet. It's the Southampton Sailing Club at Itching. It's so little bandwidth that it keeps having trouble. Now, the cameras can stream directly to YouTube, or I can use a little server I have down there, and the server overlays the weather information on the screen, like it does on Ferrycam. But it does seem to load the system a bit more, so I've turned it off for the moment because we're having quite a few problems. It basically doesn't reconnect automatically, whereas the camera reconnects automatically. And funnily enough, the same problem is happening down at Netley. We've had a real problem with internet down there as well. It's just slowing things up. And also the Wi-Fi link for the camera keeps dropping. So I've put it back to the normal camera because that keeps reconnecting to the internet. So one of those little technical things, always little something to work on. So there's something falling over, breaking, needing rebooting, software updates. It's a continual task. Oh, yes, there's a few motorcycles there, not as many though. I don't know where they're off to. So let's have a look. Let's do a bit of research, see if we can find out where they're going. Cycle Rally Isle of Wight. Let's have a look for that. No, not in Iowa. Of Wight. Let's have a look. No, I'm not finding anything, but there's definitely more motorcycles than you would expect. There's something going on. Perhaps there's some shipmates in the chat to find out. As you can see, it's a little bit breezy there. It's making the trees wobble around. Still blowing directly from the west, and it's calmed down a bit now. As you can see on the graphs there, it's dropped to around about 12 or 14 knots. Visibility's not bad, 31 nautical miles. Not the best, but certainly not bad at all. 14 degrees C, although I would hazard a guess that it just feels a lot colder than that at the moment. I think that wind is cold. It's biting and cold. That's what that wind is. And 69% humidity. And it's not raining for a change. Although rain forecast the weekend. Shipmate Margaret says thanks for the info and it'll keep you out of mischief. She was asking a question why the cameras don't have the weather data on them. And you're right, it will keep me out of mischief. Next due away at 6 o'clock is Oceana Vista. She's radioed in. She's ready to go. She'll be coming from the other end, this end, up by Mayflower Park. I believe she's got, yes, he has the Svitzer Mercurius ready to assist. I think it's because it's a little touch breezy, and these are smaller, older ships. I don't necessarily think they're equipped with as much power as the new ones. Although, say that, no, she's a bit newer than that. She is only 2 years old, Oceana Vista. And she came in this morning from a 34-day one-way trip from Miami to Southampton. Now, this is pretty good. I would shudder to think how much this cost, nonetheless. But I can look at the itinerary. Starting in Miami, Florida, then went all the way down to Key West, then to Great Stirrup Key in the Bahamas, a private island owned by Norwegian Cruise Lines, no less. So they've obviously got permission to go and visit there. Then King's Wharf in Bermuda. Then Charleston in South Carolina. Port Canaveral, further up the Floridian coast. Then Nassau in the Bahamas. Then Miami in Florida. So back to Miami. Then back again to the Great Stirrup Key in the Bahamas. King's Wharf in Bermuda. And then the Horta
VTS Vista
in the Azores. Lisbon, Portugal.
Vista, VTS, evening again.
Yeah, evening. Well, we're a bit ahead of ourselves here, so we're going to let go, get swung, and then we'll see where we are with the vessel on 31 berth.
Copy that, sir. Thank you. And yes, she'll be underway as well very shortly.
Vessel in 31.
Okay, thank you.
Who's in 31 berth? It could be. Let's have a look. I think I can show you the vessel on 31 berth. It's it's difficult to see, but it's a ship-carrying ship vessel. I saw her during the week loading up various vessels on board. Difficult to see because we're looking right into the sun, but there she is. That's the one on 31 berth. Looks like she might be moving already. You know, she's carrying lots of ships. Don't know can't quite work out what's on there. But she's round here, the three-toed navigator. She's on 31 berth here, just round the Empress Dock. That's the ocean terminal. And Fitzmercurius, oh there you go, Fitzmercurius is on the pool. And the Silver Seas will be shortly underway. Well, the shipmate Ghost Hunter 65 says, how much is membership, please? Oh, good question. I'm not entirely sure. I think you'd have to check. If you click on the join button, it will tell you how much it is. I think it's $2.99 a month or $1.99. It's been, to be honest, it's been a while since I set it up. Shipmate Margaret says, quick, no queue, Mr. Whippy. It's not the, like I say, it's got quite a chippy wind out there. It's not the most comfortable. Right, I'm talking about the itinerary. Oh, yes. Yes, as then once the Vista came over to the Azores, and then went up to Lisbon in Portugal, then Porto in Portugal, La Coruña in Spain, Bilbao in Spain, and then off to Saint Jean de la Luz in France, then Bordeaux in France, and then Jersey. She popped over to Jersey, then Honfleur in France, and then she came to the port of Southampton. So, like I say, quite interesting stops. Her next cruise, though, the one that she's going to be departing on today, is the 11-day round trip Grandeur of Great Britain. They're calling it London to London. Well, it does irritate me slightly when they refer to the port of Southampton as London, but I think that's just because people don't know where Southampton is, I guess, which is a terrible thing. So this cruise is 11 days. Departs from Southampton here, calls in at Leith in Edinburgh, then Kirkwall on the Orkney Islands, then Stornoway on Lewis and Harris, and then over to Republic of Ireland, calling in at Killybakes, then Belfast in Northern Ireland, then Dublin in Republic of Ireland, then Holyhead on Anglesey, then over to Cove in Republic of Ireland, then
Southampton VTS, Trito Navigator, that's all lines gone and clear, moving away from the
and then over to Guernsey, back to the port of Southampton.
Trito Navigator, VTS, very good afternoon to you. That's all received, thank you.
There you go, that's the Trito Navigator on the move, but like I say, kind of difficult to see looking right into that sun. I don't wish to complain about the sun, but it does make ship spotting rather tricky sometimes. So that's her cruise today. I'm having a quick look at her schedule. on the 3rd of June. I was back into Southampton 3rd of June. Oh, blimey. And that's a interesting cruise again. Oh, I see. It's a combination. Off to the fields. Oh, really interesting little cruises. She's doing a 14 July. She's doing a 14-day round trip, vibrant northern capitals, London to London, calling it Copenhagen, Wundermut, Rostock in Germany, Tallinn in Estonia, Stockholm in Sweden, Oslo in Norway, Zeebrugge for Bruges. And there she goes. She's on our screens now. I think I've got some adverts somewhere for some pricing. It's probably more. I shall need to show you these prices. They are a little on the spendy side. But as I've been on an opened day, a ship visit on Oceania Marina last year, actually in Portsmouth. I still need to make a little film about that. I did record some footage. What they explained, they call themselves sort of budget luxury. They call themselves budget luxury because they sort of offer value for money. And by the time you take, for instance, one of the normal cruises on P&O and you factor in your drinks package and specialty restaurants and all those other things, it ends up being a very similar price. For the life of me, I can't find these adverts. Where have they got to them? Something's gone awry. There we go. Let's get that one going.
VTS, Redjet 6, shortly away from Town Quay.
Redjet 6, VTS, that's all. Copy, thank you.
Right. You need to see these prices. I can assure you.
One, reliability, VTS, that's all. Copy, thank you. Got the warship Mersey just at the new grounds buoy, inward bound for Spithead anchorages. And the Sten Poseidon, she's southeast of the tower at the moment, inward bound. Further traffic for you, the CMA CGM Aquila. She's approximately 9 miles to the south at this time.
Here with some sample pricing on the Oceana Vista. This is the Celtic Classics Cruise, and that's August of this year. 10 nights on board. Departs Southampton, calls in at Cork, and then Galloway, Glebeggs, Belfast, Douglas on the Isle of Man, Dublin, Waterford, Waterford's a lovely place, and then Plymouth, and then back to the port of Southampton. That is a veranda stateroom from £4,809 per person. However, it does include a free beverage package, and that will include specialty restaurants. And in fact, if you're a veranda stateroom, I'm pretty sure you get multiple choices of specialty restaurants, and you get a free beverage package and £600 on board credit. Depending on the level, I think you even get bottles of rum delivered to your room every day. You would prefer the British Isles Bounty on Vista in August of this year. Calling in at Edinburgh, Invergordon, Lerwick in the Shetland Islands, Stornoway in Greenock, Dublin, Belfast, Waterford again, Fowey, and then Southampton. That is from £6,249 per person, again with a free beverage package. Yikes. That's not cheap, are they? This one, however, did make my eyes water somewhat.
Autostar VTS, that's all. Copy, thank you.
This is for August this year as well, and it's the Europe's Ocean and Seas. calling in Edinburgh, the Orkney Islands, Stornoway on Harrison Lewis, Dublin, Belfast, Liverpool, Cork, back to the port of Southampton. One of these strange cruises where they sort of do a whole big loop thing. Then Saint Malo, Bordeaux, Bilbao, La Coruña, Oporto, Lisbon, Alicante, Valencia, Barcelona, Marseille, Saint-Tropez on the French Riviera, Monte Carlo, Livorno, Rome, Naples, Sicily, Santorini, Ephesus, Mykonos and Athens. 34 nights on board, a world experience, a concierge veranda from 13,859. I do enjoy a ship visit to an Oceania ship, but I'm not entirely sure I'll be travelling on that one at that sort of price. 34 nights on board. There's a couple of the P&O ones where they redeploy to the redeploy to the Caribbean during the winter months, and some of those are all value for money. They're sort of in the region of 2,000 or 3,000, not 14,000 for 34 nights. Plus, you're going to the Caribbean. And that's per person as well. So you're looking at probably £30,000 for 2 people. That's sun. It's very bright, isn't it? Oh, there's shipmate Nicholas August. He sent 1 Solent Ships gift membership. That's been received by all Gramps. Shipmate Paul sent him much of a consideration. Although, in fairness, he did send me over some pricing a couple of weeks ago, which was awfully tempting. And that was on one of the Oceana ships. And I think it was somewhere in the region of £2,000. I don't remember how much it was for a week, I think. I mean, it was still, I thought it wasn't cheap. But like I say, by the time you factor in the quality of the cruise and the fact it includes Wi-Fi and all these various different things, it's not actually too bad. I think I've been looking at cruise ship prices too much when I start thinking how affordable these look. Shipmate Andrew A says, this Yorkshire man needs a stiff drink after hearing those prices. Yeah, that's why I thought I would show you them. They are it's really fascinating to see what a variety of prices there are. Even the 10 nights on board. Is 48009. Shipmate Nicholas says, I think he's asking why is it expensive? Well, they have a very good crew to passenger ratio. Equally, the ship has lots of large cabins. They don't have really very small cabins, so all the cabins are decently sized. There's lots of large common rooms. So a ship of the size of Vista, for instance, let's see if I can work this out. So Vista is. Let's get my information.
Southampton
Vista is 67,000 gross tons, has passenger double occupancy of 1,218 passengers on board. I suspect if you looked at other cruise lines, they would probably have quite a few more passengers on board. So they have less passengers, more space in the general areas. I've been sort of told you're never really queuing. All the restaurants are very good. I've experienced the restaurants on board Oceana ships, and I can vouch for the quality of food. Absolutely wonderful. They have a number of specialty restaurants, which they're constantly refining. And depending on what level you go in, you don't have to pay for any of the specialty restaurants. If you go in at the basic level, you can only visit the restaurant once. But if you go in at a slightly higher level, I forget what they call their system, then you can go to the same specialty restaurant as many times as you like. Paul from Love Cruise as well, he says when he was looking up some prices on Oceania, he said he was amazed at how many were completely booked. Yeah, it's interesting. I was on the open ship visit day a while back for one of the Oceana ships. I think it was Oceana Marina. Well, it could have been Vista. I don't know, it's all getting confusing in poor old captain's mind. I bumped into a couple from Chelmsford, and they were telling me that they've been on quite a few different ships, Cunards, P&Os, and all sorts of things, and they'd settle on Oceania. It was cruise lines. They were definitely their favourites. They enjoyed pretty much everything about it: the food, the ship. The fact it's not too busy. I think that was an important point they were making. Shipmate Nicholas August asking why Oceania needs a tug. I think it's due to the weather. It's calmed down a bit now, but earlier on it was gusting around 20 knots, and anything sort of in that sort of category often requires tug assistance, especially when they're swinging off here into the middle swing ground. The wind, it would blow her against the Mayflower Park, and we, although that might be handy to get on, I don't think that's what anyone wants. Don't know if we're going to hear any honking from Oceania. 11 nights on board Oceana Vista, and this is August this year, from 6249. That's from 6249. I mean, I'm thinking about a 16-day transatlantic for 699. It's a bit pricey, but I think I might be able to do it. This one, however, I will not be cruising on. 14,000, practically £14,000 per person. Shipmate Nicholas was asked about the tugs. No, it's. I don't know if it's necessary that it's just for safety. The bigger the ship, of course, when it is side into the wind like this, is vulnerable to gusts. Even though they're quite powerful, it does take a little while for the engines to react, and potentially when they're turning, they're in a precarious position. But the
BTS Mercurius.
But the tugs are there, and they're very powerful, and they can really easily apply.
Yeah, evening. That's us finished on the Vista, heading back to 44 berth.
They can easily apply power when they need it.
Mercurius BTS, that's all received. Thank you.
Paul from Love Cruise thinks she has a tug because she can afford it. Possibly. I'm not sure that's what their agents would say. Oh, no, I didn't know that. Our shipmate Nicholas August. He's a shipping agent in Bahrain. Apparently he arranges the tugs for the bulk carriers leaving port. Oh, that's very interesting, because we do hear that on the radio. The vessels will call up and they will ask for a tug, and then VTS will say, well, please talk to your shipping agent, and they will arrange it for you. So there we go. So if you were in Bahrain, your shipping agent would be our shipmate Nicholas August. Very interesting shipmate. Yeah, anything over 20 knots, and we see a tug, typically with cruise ships, less than 20 knots. No, we don't see tugs, but it has been a bit gusty today, and it's dead on the side as well. Shipmate Andrew A thinks it's one for the group cruise. Ooh, not sure about that. Well, actually, the other price wasn't too bad, I think, but it was still quite spendy for a group cruise. And here is our group cruise information, if you're interested in coming along. It's not as expensive as Oceana Arena. And blimey, I think that's the quietest I've seen the ferry car park all day. It's been very busy down there. The bank holiday weekend, half term. There's obviously been some sort of
One reliability, BTS.
Harley Davidson event going on the island. Not expecting any waivers on board Oceania, unfortunately.
One reliability, BTS, that's all copied, thank you. The Stemper side and there, southeast of the tower. She's inward bound from our banquet number 8, and shortly boarding the CGM Aguila, 7 miles to the south.
And that's our last departure for this evening. And they all more or less left on time. Very well behaved. They've been pretty good lately, leaving on time. Well, have developed this nasty habit of leaving early. I'm thinking I might have to start the ship's TV at 1:45. So if it's first ship departing at 4, I might have to start the ship's TV at 1:45 so I can get myself a bit more organised and get warmed up before suddenly launching into everything. We have 5 ships departing tomorrow, shipmates, and hopefully.
Britannia VTS, that's all copied, thank you. You've got the warship Mersey there, just touching the water buoy, inward bound for Spithead anchorages. Stem Poseidon is southeast of the outer nav buoys, bound for nav anchorage number 8. And the CMA CGM Anguilla just boarded her pilot 7 miles to the south at this time.
VTS, Vista, pass and peer head out.
Station calling VTS over.
Yeah, VTS, this is Vista, peer head out.
Vista VTS, very good evening to you. That's all copied, thank you.
Yeah, 5 ships tomorrow, and I think they're better spaced timing-wise tomorrow. They don't leave all at the same time. First away tomorrow at 5 o'clock is Independence of the Seas. Then followed... Sky Princess first away, 4 o'clock. Then Independence of the Seas at 5 o'clock, bit of a gap there. Then 5:30 Iona. Then 6 o'clock MSC Virtuosa. Then 7 o'clock Ventura. It's going to be quite a long one, that one. I have a feeling I might have to end that broadcast early. I think I have an appointment with the curry house at some point. Yeah, no waivers on Oceania that I can see. I noticed the shipmate in the chat said any flag waivers. I can't see where it's gone there. Oh yeah, shipmate Robert Lynch says there's only flag waivers on Oceania. No. None that we can see. She departs with a very interesting number of crew and passengers on board, which was fascinating. 1,158 passengers and 1,759 crew. It's very unusual. She has double the number of crew that I've got her listed as a maximum. So I don't know if they're staying in the passenger cabins. I don't know. Don't know what's going on there. Maybe someone can tell me, or maybe someone knows.
Red Jet 6 VTS. Red Jet 6 VTS, she's out to the east,
There's the tug, finished for the night. Yep, so be busy tomorrow, shipmates. Don't forget to make sure you're subscribed. Hit that notification bell so you'll be notified for tomorrow. And then that's probably going to be the last broadcast for me for the while, because like I said, I will be on the farm tomorrow. I will try one broadcast from the farm, but I'm not sure I can do many more than one. Basically, I can't turn my computer on remotely. That's the problem. Well, there will be quite a few more ships coming and going throughout the week, and I believe there'll be another 5 ships Super Saturday next weekend as well. Well, shipmates, I should continue to follow Vista down Southampton water. Hope you've enjoyed that one. We're busy tomorrow. Really hit busy season at the moment. Shipmate Artemis thinks the passengers may have taken their own staff with them. Now, that's not as silly as it sounds, really. Shipmate CS28 thinks on ship training. I don't know what's going on. I mean, I've never heard of so many staff, so many crew on my ship. Shipmate Nicholas August.
Red Jet 7 VTS, that's all copy, my man. Clear to proceed with caution. The Vista just past Ocean Dockout.
He's asking if the cruise ships use statement of facts. Oh, I don't know, shipmate. You probably know more than I do regarding that.
Balmoral VTS, that's all copied, thank you. The warship Mersey there, approaching full sailboat, inward bound for Spithead anchorages. Got the Stem Poseidon south of the outer nabs, bound for nav anchorage number 8. and the CMA CGM Aquila is just boarding her pilot now, approximately 6 miles south at this time.
Yeah, so there we go. Right, I shall just like to thank you all for joining me on this broadcast here on this rather windy, chilly Friday evening. But we've had a couple of interesting ships. And we'll be live tomorrow for 5-ship Super Saturday. So I'd just like to thank you all for all my PayPal donors, Patreons, members of channels, and the Blue Spanner crew for looking after the chat. Right, till next time, shipmates.
Coral methane BTS, that's all copy, thank you. Just the auto star there on the West Bramble turn out to the east. And the Trito Navigator, she's just running down to Cadland Down. Coral methane BTS, and apologies for the traffic. You have the Vista at Dockhead outward bound. Warship Mersey, BTS. Warship Mersey, BTS, that's all copy, thank you. Just the Balmoral there at the Forks outward bound. No other traffic to affect you.
VTS, Vista, passing Western Shelf.
Vista, BTS, that's all copy, thank you. Coral methane is north of Rybin on our inward bound.
Thank you.
DTS from SP.